It all started with a book. Not an expensive one, not even new, just an old, forgotten poetry book on the last shelf of the city library. Its pages were worn, its edges faded, but inside it, he found a note that changed everything. Do you ever feel like number one truly sees you? If you do, you're not alone. Unknown, Liana, stared at the note for a long time. The handwriting was neat, soft. The words felt like they were written from my own hand. My chest tightened as if someone had gently touched a wound he'd been hiding for so long. Without thinking, he took out my pen and he wrote beneath it. Yes, I feel that every day. Someone who understands. He placed the book back on the shelf. Honestly, he never expected an answer. The next Monday, he came back to the library. My heart raced as he walked to that familiar shelf and he pulled out the book. And sir, tucked inside, was another note. To the one who understands. Why do you feel unseen? My fingers trembled. Someone read my heart and they replied. He had to answer. Because sometimes he speaks. And number one listens. He laughed deeply. And number one notices. He exists. And the world looks away. Why did you leave this note? He signed it simply. Later. Days passed. He thought maybe that was the end of it. A fleeting connection. But it wasn't. Till later. He left that note because he feel the same. I'm surrounded by people. Yet I'm invisible. Maybe two invisible people can see each other. A stranger. Weeks went by just like that. We didn't know each other's names, faces, or voices. Yet through paper and ink, we shared the things we never dared to say out loud to anyone. He wrote about how my parents were always too busy to notice me, how he felt like a ghost in my own home. He wrote about how he had lost someone he loved. And ever since then, emotions just scared him. He smiled too much, because I'm afraid people will see I'm breaking inside. He confessed in one letter. He don't smile at all, because I'm afraid I'll forget how to. If he pretend, he replied. He became the stranger who read my heart, the one person who surpassed the walls he had built. One evening, feeling braver than usual, he wrote, Stranger, if he ever meet you, how will he know it's you? His answer came the next day and it was perfect. You won't know me by face. You'll know me by silence, the kind that feels safe, not heavy. He held the letter to my chest. Someone finally understood the language of my heart, but good things, as they say, rarely last forever. One day, he went to the shelf, and the book was gone. My stomach just dropped. He frantically searched all over the library. When he asked the librarian, she sighed so casually. Oh, someone borrowed that old poetry book yesterday. It felt like losing a friend. The only person who truly saw me was gone. For a whole week, he didn't go back to the library. What was the point? The stranger was gone. The letters were gone. Maybe it was over. Then, one rainy afternoon, I forced myself to go back. As he sat at my usual desk, he found an envelope. My name was written on it. Liana. My heart froze. How did he know my name? Inside was a letter. I'm sorry he took the book. He was afraid someone else would find our letters. If you still want to talk, meet me. Friday, 5 p.m. The bench near the fountain. A stranger who knows your heart. Friday arrived. He sat on the bench. My hands cold. My heart beating way too fast. He kept thinking, what if he doesn't come? And a more terrifying thought. What if he does? Jam 5:03 PM. Jam 5:07 PM. Jam 5:11 PM. Rain began to fall. People scattered, leaving the park empty. But he stayed. Then he heard footsteps. A boy stood in front of me. He had no more umbrella. His dark hair was wet from the rain, sticking to his forehead. He had these gentle eyes, sad, but warm. He didn't speak. He simply held out a book. The same old, worn poetry book. He looked up at him, my voice shaking. You. He nodded slowly. I'm Aiden. He smiled before he could stop myself. A real, genuine smile. I'm Liana. He sat beside me. Rain-soaked us both. But for the first time in my life, the silence felt like home. You read my heart, he whispered. He looked at me softly, because it sounds like mine. We didn't hug. We didn't kiss. We just sat in the rain, two strangers, who were strangers no more. Days passed. We didn't stop writing letters. But now, instead of hiding them in books, we handed them to each other. We met in the library, sometimes talking for hours, sometimes just reading together in the comfortable silence. Once, he asked him, what if we never found that book? He smiled faintly. Then maybe we would still feel alone. And now, he asked. My heart full. Now, he sighed, looking straight into my eyes. We can be alone together. This is how two invisible people were finally seen. Not by the world, not by everyone, but by each other. And sometimes, that is enough. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched your heart, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more. See you next time.